NBA YoungBoy just said, I ain't with all that F the streets movement. I am the streets. That's where I come from. That's what I bleed. I love the streets. But before we get to his response with Complex, we gotta go to the initial statements of the F the Streets campaign. Y'all remember 21 Savage last month promoting his album, What Happened to the Streets, decided to start a campaign, being that Atlanta has taken a hit last year with the snitching allegations, with the non-snitching allegations, with the teaming up with people you was beefing at that shot at your mama and sweeping shit under the rug. A lot of things went wrong for a city that usually is on top of the rap game. So we saw people like 21 Savage, Young Thug, Pooh Shiesty, G Herbo, YFN Lucci, all stand in solidarity with 21 Savage and say F the streets.
It's happening, y'all. A shift is happening! Right in time for the holidays, Young Thug said F the streets. Then old domino effect, Pooh Shiesty said, yeah man, F the streets. You heard me, we traumatized. Then YFN Lucci, F the streets. Then it's Mo, G Herbo on FaceTime with his family saying F the streets. Now we just gotta stop glorifying the streets in the music, you heard me? Cause if it's F the streets and the streets are dead, but then we making music that's glorifying the streets, it undoes all the progress. But we got the domino effect going. Everybody's saying, man, F the streets, the streets dead. Yes, make sure that all these brothers know. If y'all fans of them, make sure them boys know, hey, let's not glorify the streets in the music, you heard me? A shift is happening, Lord Jesus. Let's get it, man. My prayer and my heart is with these boys, for real.
21 Savage would get a lot of pushback when it came to him saying F the streets, because he was saying that while promoting an album that was rapping about the streets, that glorified the streets. And that's always kind of been an issue with 21 Savage. Whenever he tries to do something positive, which he does a lot of positive for the community, he also glorifies the horrifying parts of the streets. I mean, he's probably most likely one of the most dangerous sounding Atlanta rappers that you've ever heard. 21 would even try to clarify what he meant by saying F the streets, by saying, when I say F the streets, I'm talking about the part that gave me trauma and made me can't sleep at night. If you ain't tired of that part, you ain't been through it. Boosie would even respond to all the rappers that saying F the streets by saying, if the rappers gonna say F the streets, man, y'all need to stop rapping about them. Stop double dipping. Rap about fruits, college courses, and staying out of the streets, man. If you from the streets shaped you into the man you are today, man. Your mindset, your hustle, your intuition, etc. come from the streets, man. Your support came from the streets. Yes, I want every kid to make it out the streets. That's what we all want, man. But I'm never saying F the streets. They responsible for our success. Don't forget, every successful independent record label started from where the streets are. Your music came from the streets. Your baby mama, you met her in the streets, man. So if it's really F the streets, don't rap about them. Simple as that. Show the world and fans how good of an artist y'all is and take the streets all the way out y'all rap vocabulary, man. I don't want to hear it. Well, today Complex posted up an interview with NBA YoungBoy, and they asked him what is his opinion on the F the streets movement. Now, I liked how messy this was because we know that NBA YoungBoy does not get along with 21 Savage, Young Thug. We know that Pooh Shiesty, he done chose his side with Dirk, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't like Pooh Shiesty either. G Herbo, I'm sure that the Chicago King Von connection, he don't like anybody. Now, he was asked, what do you think about the F the streets movement? And this is what he had to say.
Giving back to a lot of youth in different cities that you stopped at. What's your take, because I think you've been early on this, on, 21 Savage had the fuck the streets movement that he kind of has been promoting these last...
I don't give a fuck about that. I am the streets, I love the streets, I come from the streets. I ain't on all that pussy ass shit. But about that, I ain't just like stop the violence. Same shit I've been on, I don't know. It's kind of like, I think people kind of confused. It ain't got nothing to really do with toting a gun. Cause I ain't telling you not tote your gun. But you ain't gotta have your gun and engage in bullshit.
Be violent.
Have your shit, cause you love it. And cause you wanna protect yourself.
Right.
So, that's why I donate money to those type of things. Cause I actually do care. A lot of people just be like, I guess confused. I be throwing out mixed signals probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Like, you would never forget about where you came from. Is that how you see the fuck the street shit? Is it like you think people are saying fuck where they came from?
Man, I ain't got my own.
You don't be paying attention to that shit.
I just don't care.
Yeah. That's real.
It's the narrative somebody pushing right now, and I'm pushing my narrative.
Tight. I want to get back to the album for a
Now, I do believe that even street niggas go through maturation phases in life. And I'm saying that because I think that 21 Savage's approach was wrong. I believe him trying to promote an album and tying it to the F the Streets movement while the album was still kind of on some street shit. I think that was poorly produced, right? I also believe that 21 Savage didn't really have this together. It was kind of like a freestyle, being that he kind of overly explained himself when it came to the F the Streets movement. I'm only talking about this part of the streets or that part of the streets. On top of that, he came back and said, well, I probably should have said save the streets and things of that nature. It's like he didn't really have all his thoughts together. But what I will say is, the message is the message. I agree with that. Fuck the streets. As for NBA YoungBoy, I completely 100% agree that he probably feels like he said he don't fuck with all that pussy ass shit when it comes to fuck the streets. He is the streets. He was from the streets. I get it. I get it. His resume would support what he's saying. Yeah, I got his resume right here. He was abandoned as a child by his mama and put off on his grandparents because his mama wanted to run the streets and couldn't have a stable home for him. Okay. He lost a lot of family and friends to death, gun violence. His father's in prison. Hell, he's had multiple prison stints himself on the state and the federal level. One of them, the judge told him, hey, you're lucky you were such a bad shot because you would be spending the rest of your life in prison had you hit him where you was trying. Wow, okay, all right. You got a shootout in Miami where an innocent man, hardworking man, was killed. And they locked him up for a violation, and he was talking about how that weighed heavy on his soul, and he was ready to unalive himself. He didn't want to be here. Oh, okay. He's had nasty drug habits. One that even landed him in federal prison last year. Oh, that's not good. He's also had mental health problems. Okay. He's had multiple kids by multiple women, over 10 kids. We really can't keep count at this point. Woo, this is one hell of a resume, my boy, that you got going on right here. And you know, I see him and Boosie saying like, I am the streets, and they're giving the streets the respect and the credit for all of the success that their rap careers had. But just think about what the streets have held back from them. Think about what the streets have taken away from them. That's what they're not focusing on, because the streets hate you more than they love you. Think about the potential that you could have unlocked had you not been a part of the streets. I think you might be more proud of being a doctor, Boosie, than being known as a nigga who sent a little 15-year-old boy to take breath. You see, that's why my tolerance is low for people like Boosie, people like NBA YoungBoy, because they'll sit here and campaign for the streets and then send their kids to school in the suburbs. My question is, if you're so grateful for the streets, then why did y'all work so hard to get out of it? Why, when y'all got a sniff of success, did y'all leave the streets alone? Why not live in the streets like Rollo? Why not still live in the hood in your community like Rollo, since y'all give so much credit to the streets? Talking about that's why I donate money? No. We need you to go back to the streets. pack up your house in Utah, pack up Murder Mountain, and go back to Baton Rouge. Keep the money. We need you to come back to Baton Rouge and deal with the same shit that everybody else dealing with. Deal with the same community, deal with the same police, deal with the same niggas that you been beefing with since you was 16. Deal with all of that. Yup, go deal with them same ops. The same ops that you diss in your music, and then your homeboys that still in Baton Rouge gotta deal with. You diss these niggas on records, and your partners gotta die or they gotta kill behind your records. While you sitting up in Murder Mountain riding a four-wheeler, riding a horse, talking about, nah, it's not fuck the streets. This some real shit. No, you go down there and live the life as an adult that you never had to live because you got out of the hood when you were 16. Go live that life in Baton Rouge. And then we'll see how you feel after that. Talking about, that's why I say stop the violence. Man, stop the violence, that's been a slogan since before we was ever even born, brother. That don't work, just saying stop the violence. Hell, violence ain't even the only issue that's going on in the streets. Yeah, we gotta talk about what the streets do to your mental before you even join the streets, before you even step off the porch. Mentally, you've already been trained by a lot of Negroes who were never taught right to begin with. We got the blind leading the blind. Let's talk about that first. Yeah, let's talk about how we telling these kids don't snitch. Stuff being done to them. But because they feel like they ain't supposed to be talking, they think that this is normal. Look at the lives they gotta live. The fathers ain't present because they fathers wasn't present. They over here just recycling the same curse, the same bad negative energy. They ain't here to give no accountability to the kids. They ain't here to teach them nothing. The mama gotta work 2, 3, 4 jobs. She gotta go out there and hustle. She might be selling some Il Nana on the side, you hear me? Kids ain't finna be nothing but some gun-toting dope fiends. That's all they gonna turn into. Then you got these girls, these little girls living in unsafe environments. They don't even know that they getting abused because they think that this is normal. I'm gonna leave it alone, man. But all I'm gonna say is this, man. Y'all can go sit here and listen to these rappers who got an image to uphold and maintain, a persona to give off, to market themselves. Keep listening to them. And they may really think that they need to give credit to the streets for whatever they got going on, when really it's that their talent exceeded the streets. They were able to make it out. But what they don't realize is that there's millions that didn't make it out. While you're thinking about yourself selfishly, we're talking about the streets, the people that died in the streets. You're 1 in a million. What is it? Probably all the 6 or 7 rappers that made it out of Baton Rouge. We not talking about y'all. 21 Savage ain't talking about y'all. How many rappers have made it out of Glenwood? Let's be funny. How many rappers have made it out of whatever side of London he's from? How many rappers have made it out of Cleveland Ave compared to everyone that wanted to be a rapper? How many successful people lose their chance of success because the streets get them first? How many hoopers y'all knew that was cold, but they end up going to jail, getting killed, having to get in the streets? This is real life, man. So I would say to NBA YoungBoy, and I get it, man, you'll get there at some point. Well, you'll get tired of ripping and running the streets, tired of dissing these people, just wanting a better life for you, wanting for your kids. But what you don't realize is the streets ain't the credit. You're just indebted to the streets in your mind. You need to be free from the bondage of the streets. And that's all the 21 Savage is saying. We are in bondage when it comes to the streets. We need to break the chains, break the cycles. G Herbo showed his family and said, F the streets. You would never want your kids to go through what you went through. See, Boosie, you said that. But you calling 21 Savage a hypocrite because he's rapping about gangster stuff and saying F the streets. When you saying how you love the streets, but you wouldn't want your kids in the streets. Make it make sense. You can't be the pot calling the kettle black. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm done with it, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. And we out, baby. Boom.
IG-TheLaFlareLounge.
It's him.